All right, and we're live. Welcome to another episode of Foreign and Domestic. Good to see everyone out there. We are filling up fast, and let's get started off right. Let's jump over to Alan. How you doing, brother?
Oh, very good, very good. Especially if I could get this insidious device to do what I need it to do, and give us our national anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I actually meant to say our show's anthem, but hey, our Pledge of Allegiance. So I'll jump over here to see what YouTube says we have as participants, and it's always kind of sketchy on if it actually is or not. But according to YouTube, Annalise out there, Armament and Axis, Barnaby Sanchez, Edward Petty, G23, Gun Loving Grandpa, Keith Gregory. Good to see Keith out there. Thoughts of an Old Soldier, the man with the one of the most epic mustaches ever. Vanessa Kitty, Alaska One Andy, one individual that I try and catch everything on, Gray Note, Pistol Pete. Yeah, chat is starting to fill up. The participants list is jumping all around. Thank you all for coming. Good to see Kingpin out there with the heavy wrenched blue. Yep.
Awesome, good deal. Jamie, how you doing, brother?
We're doing great, man. Got my little buddy here with me tonight, so she'll be coming in and out, and I got to keep the fire going because it's pretty chilly in Georgia tonight. So, AG23, but we're blessed beyond measure, and hope everybody's doing well out there in the side chat, and you guys on the panel.
So for those of those out there, what's chilly in Georgia?
It'll be around 29, 28 tonight. It's already dropping down to about, it's probably in the 30s, mid 30s already outside.
Yeah, it's low here too. I'm not sure what it is right now.
Right at the moment, it's 28 here in Iowa.
What are you guys doing?
We're having fun.
Daniel, how you doing, brother?
Well, as soon as I unmute the mic, I'm not doing much. I went to a gun show yesterday, and it was like, "Are you kidding me?" And it was a small one, but I spent 2 hours there just looking to see if there was anything that was decent. Not so much. Today, my wife and we went out, did a lot of shopping, getting groceries, getting goat food, stuff like that. Nothing exciting, though.
Nothing exciting. That's funny because I'm pretty sure Little Birdie told me you got something new in the stockpile there.
I personally have nothing new.
Not you personally, your wife.
Oh, she gets what she wants. Happy wife, happy CZ life. And in the first 5 or 10 minutes of the show, that's all I'm going to say about that. Thanks for the invite, and there's probably going to be some interesting talking tonight. I got a feeling.
Oh, yeah. Val, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing okay. I'm looking at the local temperature. I guess I'm winning because it's 39 degrees where I am. So I'm not complaining about that. Gonna be up in 40s tomorrow. I actually shot a match today. I drove to Pennsylvania. We shot a 10-stage IDPA match. It was kind of chilly. It was 30 degrees in the morning, but it was fun. It was fun. And it went fast. 10 stages. We started at 8 o'clock. We were done by 12. They fed us lunch, and then they sent us on our way home.
Yeah, that's pretty quick right there.
That's what my wife says.
So how'd you do? How'd you place?
I shot my grand power in SSP. I was fourth in SSP out of about 30 shooters, and out of 100 something shooters overall, 26th, I think. So not too shabby considering I haven't shot a iron sight gun in freaking a year. Well, that particular.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I thought you got away from the grand power in your.
A buddy of mine was shooting the X5 Legion with the dot in the carry optics, and I figured I'll stay out of his way to give him a chance to play better. But neither of us really did that great. I mean, it didn't really do bad, but we usually go there to chew bubble gum and kick ass, and we were all out of bubble gum. Yes, Arnold Alexis. I used the new iPro camera. I got a video coming. That camera performed really well. I was a little worried because the little camera over here, it kind of messes with your vision. So when you put it on, right, it's right here. But once you wear it and start shooting, you don't even see it. You don't notice it, and it gives you perfect view. You can see my sights, how they line up, everything. You guys follow me on Instagram. I posted a little video.
Good deal. So, I'm gone. I was going to ask one question.
So, Daniel, you said that they didn't have anything really good at the gun show. So, you're saying they didn't have any CZs, or?
I did not see a single CZ at the gun show. And the guns that they had there, they were well worn pieces of junk and priced over the new price of guns. And I was very disappointed. But the line to get in, it was just, it was the county that it was in. It was in this, the largest city that's in this county. And the line of people was just to get in the door. When I got there, it was probably a couple hundred people long, but it was just small, one room, and everything that they did have there was stupid price. So I guess right now it is a seller's market if you're into selling any weapons.
Did you have to wear a mask?
No. To get in the door, yes, but once you got past once you paid your ticket, there was all kinds of people walking down there. They just boom disappeared. About half the people wore masks, and the other half just didn't care. I went and sneezed and coughed, and you should have seen all those other people that had their masks down here. They went like this really quick. I thought it was funny. But I already had it, so I'm not worried about getting it again.
Yeah, you're good for another couple of months, right?
Oh, heck, I hope. I mean, when I go into the VA and the nurse that's doing an EKG on me is telling me that she's not getting the shot. She's not going to take the vaccine. It ain't happening. She's seen too much adverse reactions to it.
I went to the match. I actually drove there yesterday because it's like a 3-hour drive. We had to be there at 7:00. So I went and stayed at my sister's place in Pennsylvania. So went last night. I went to Cumberland's Farm, filled up on the gas, and then I go in to get a coffee and then a couple of snacks, right? And both of the girls working there, it's like, so you got to wear a mask. I'm like, no, I don't. Like, it's a law. No, it's not. And then she's like, well, it's a company policy. I'm like, well, tell you what, if this is a company policy, you should have it over by the pump, because I would never fill up over here if that's the company policy. And I left, went across the street to a different gas station, got what I need, and left.
Yeah, it's funny. I went to a store the other day, and I walked in. The guy started saying something to me, and I tried to tell him. I tried to explain to him no, and he's like, "Well, it's the law." And I'm like, "No, it ain't. Don't get me started. I'll fire off, buddy. Don't get me started. It is not law."
Well, you know what? The sad part is that now that Biden's in and the Congress is all fucked up, they might actually make it a law.
They can try all they want. still will not do it, period.
I have set down a full basket of stuff as I was walking up towards the registers. I've set down a full basket of stuff because somebody told me, well, you have to have a mask to be in here. Well, I guess I don't need to be in here then. And set the basket down and walked right out of the store.
I turned around, and Jamie, you might want to cover her ears. But I turned around and I'm like, are you going to fucking sell it to me or not?
I just ignore him.
I'm here to spend money. Do you want my money or not? Don't, you know.
I just ignore him. Like at the Home Depot, the guy walks by me and points and goes, sir, you need a mask. And I go, no, I don't. I keep walking. I'm like, I don't. Leave me alone. You know, I mean, I was in the DC in between a million people. Statistically, based on all the BS, I should be dead.
Yeah, Pistol Pete, that's exactly what they want. But trust me, man, and there's many of us out there as well that will not do what they want, period. It ain't going to happen.
But here's the funniest thing, right? As I'm arguing at the Cumberland's Farm last night, the guy walks by me as soon as the lady tells me you need a mask, and he goes like, bullshit, but he's wearing a mask. I'm like, dude, grow a pair. Go wear it. It starts right there. It starts on the simple things. People need to stop wearing those stupid masks because they don't do shit. If you feel sick, you don't feel good, stay the F home. And if you worry about it, then don't go anywhere.
Nope.
You know, and we're talking about with a friend of mine about the vaccines and all that. Everybody says, "Oh, I'm not getting the vaccine. I'm not getting the vaccine." Well, he works for a chain of Quick Check, chain of gas stations, whatever the hell, and basically they test him like every month or something, and he didn't want to get tested. They said, "Okay, no problem. Bring the keys to the work van, and you don't have to come back to work anymore." So they might do the same thing with the vaccine. No, it's not mandatory, but if you don't get it, you can't work here anymore.
Well, HR came around to everybody in my facility and said that the county was wanting to know the numbers of if the vaccine was available through your employer, would you take it? And before they got done with that sentence, I said, nope. And right next to me, my coworker said, hell no. Before they could even finish saying what they were saying. And so,
I mean, you got 29 in Norway, Dad. You got 1 in Florida, Dad, and many, many others coming through. Yeah. There's no way in hell.
So where are you seeing this? It's not on mainstream media.
You gotta look for it, man. It's out there. It's out there. You just gotta look for it. They're trying to cover it all up as usual.
You mean the lame street media? You can't believe anything. It's ridiculous. If the big tech companies can silence the sitting president of the most powerful nation in the world, it's a goddamn joke. And now it turns around because Biden thought he's gonna inherit all the Trump's followers as a new president of the United States, and now Twitter says no, you're not getting his followers, so he's upset about that. I'm sure that 80 million followers, 75 will freaking.
But hold on, stop. Didn't he have the most votes than any president ever? So it shouldn't be an issue, right?
Yeah.
Why would that be an issue?
I'm guessing his voters don't have a Twitter account. It's kind of hard to get the signal 6 feet under.
I mean, on that note, all these fences and all these walls are being put up at the Capitol for his inauguration. Again, I thought he had the most votes of any president ever, but we have to put up walls?
Yep.
Huh. Interesting.
Not just any walls. Daily Caller did a live stream on Facebook twice. And basically, by the time he got to the Capitol building, he had to go through 3 separate checkpoints, 3 separate metal detectors. There's no nothing. You can't even have a selfie stick.
That right there is classic John Benware. Josh Benware.
That might be the best comment of the year so far. Don't get ahead of yourself. I didn't say the year so far. Don't get ahead of yourself, Josh.
it's a year's still early.
Yes, just a couple weeks into it. I am bummed. I cannot read the side chat. Jamie, you're all quiet up there.
I'm fixing some 300 blackout, man.
Oh. What'd you break on it where you got to fix it?
I was having multiple issues. Basically, what I figured out was that this press has a cam over. And if you go all the way down and, hey, Ghost Rider, if you go all the way down and really do your cam over, you're going to crush this. What's going to happen is it's going to, if any of y'all care, you're going to get ridges in your neck, and then right here at the shoulder, it's going to bulge down. So what's happening is you're actually pushing the case down.
Oh, you're not using a factory crimp?
I am now, yes. It came in Friday. And while we're on the subject, there's a lot of people having trouble getting stuff that they order online. I ordered a Magpul stock for my Ruger American Predator Friday at lunchtime, and by the time I finished my coffee this morning, it was sitting on my porch. But on the other hand, I ordered gas checks on January the 6th from Sage's Outdoors, which is in Jacksonville, Alabama, about an hour away from me to the west. They ain't got here yet.
Yeah, well, I sent a gun to Scotsman. It took freaking 2 weeks to get there, and it was a priority mail.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I literally just picked it up here, what was that, Tuesday or Wednesday. And it was supposed to have been there the 4th.
I think Alabama in particular is having some issues because there's so much rural area there, and so much volume of online ordering. But if anything you have has to go through that Birmingham hub of the USPS, you might be waiting on it for a minute.
It's all over, man. It's a mess. Anything, I mean, it's a mess, dude. Anything coming out from New York this way has been disastrous. Anything coming from California this way has been disastrous. It's just a mess all over. But Val did bring up the fact that we did have pistol come in, guys. So you didn't know, I did win. I did receive this, and this thing is bad to the bone, and I appreciate it very much.
You deserve it.
Yes, he does. Is that a SIG?
That is a SIG, and I'll tell you right now, I haven't shot it yet, but just dry firing that trigger is sweet. But we'll be loading some rounds up here soon and get it up and go shoot it.
Yeah, you got a care package on the way too. So I got you what I had for now, and I'll get you more.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Well, I didn't win this, and it's not new. I've had this for a little while, but it is a CZ. So, yeah.
Okay, like I said, my wife and I went shopping today, and she picked up The CZ
Hold
Scorpion.
on.
What? Oh, from front to back, do the Star Wars. The CZ Scorpion Evo, and she loves this thing. After she put her first 5 rounds in it, she loaded up a mag and went right to the mag dump. I think I screwed up. Because we're supposed to be having some kind of ammo shortage. Yeah.
One more Joey Cuz flyby there, Daniel. Let's see the other side. Shh. Oh yeah. There's something wrong with it though.
Well, yeah, I'm just learning this gun, so I do not want an accidental discharge in it. I got to learn a whole bunch of new bells and whistles in it. And it only comes with 2 20-round mags. So the guy there, he's got me 3 mag pulls that are going to be coming in. And he's just going to call me when they're in. Get some standard size mags instead of these little 20 round. But she loves it. I mean, big grin on her face. We were out there 20 yards. And she's just drilling the steel, just keeping them like that, about softball size. And just huge grin, having fun. I didn't let her know that I had more than just 1 box of bullets in the truck.
Probably a wise decision.
Yeah. So that's actually what's new going on around here. And if anybody doesn't believe that she had a big grin, I got a video that's like 1 minute and 30 seconds where I just did a short one of her first shots with it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's a good
How
old
could you
chest
not have
magazine.
fun shooting that thing? How could you not?
I couldn't hear you, Alan.
How could you not have fun shooting that thing? How could that thing not put a big giant grin on your face?
Oh man, I was hoping she would have did the TR thing and just turned around and say, "Hey, Anifa, do you really want to with us?"
All right, we've been joined by Matt. Matt, how you doing, brother? Did you manage to get the dirt out the ruffles there?
Yeah, them bridges in my neck. I hate ridges in my neck. Doing all right, man. How you doing? Thanks for
Doing
having
good,
me.
man. Good to have you.
Hey Matt, I'm not sure if you've heard about it, but Glock has finally come out with an even more perfect weapon. It's called a CZ.
I hadn't heard of those. Those must be airsoft.
Did you see the Glock that was making the rotating barrel? They steal that. They stole it from the Grandpa.
Matt,
Grandpa-
CZs look like this, Matt.
I didn't realize Grandpa. I thought Grandpa was. Oh, Grandpower. I didn't realize they made guns. What was that, Daniel? What did you just have? That was. I had a
This
squirt gun
CZ?
look just like that.
Yeah.
I bet you it wouldn't hurt you as much as this one here.
Ooh.
I don't have any guns scare me.
I just got done taking my new Polymer 80 that I finished out testing it today.
How'd she run?
Really good, really smooth, and really fast. Like, I consider myself to be able to pull that trigger pretty quickly. And with a little bit more practice, I think I can send them pills down range even faster.
Well, and I know you're more of an open sight guy, but I mean, you're gonna gravitate towards a dot on something like that, or
It's got a dot on it. In fact, I can just go grab it since obviously Scotsman doesn't mind guns being shown
I
on
have
here.
no problem, brother. That's a free
Right back.
chat right here.
Hey, Scotsman. Okay, I shoot open sights. He shoots open sights. He's saying he thinks he can get a pretty fast round off. I wonder how tight of a group he can get and at what distance. I don't have a timer here.
Are you throwing a challenge out there, Daniel? Is that what you're doing?
I would never do that. Mr. Instructor against Mr. Guy that just shoots in his backyard. Because I know once this compensator got put on his gun, the tightness of the group is like.
I was going to ask you, how much of a difference is that compensator making on that pistol?
Well, now that I've actually learned how to use the gun with the compensator on it, I shocked myself. I mean, how fast I can dump the whole mag and how tight it is. I might have one flyer or something out of 15 or 16 rounds, but the rest of them are just like, oh my goodness, tight.
Quite a bit of a different characteristics. It sounds like Josh picked himself up a P10S. Took him a while to find one, but he was able to find one, and he says he picked it up.
Oh, he's shooting a dot.
Oh, yeah. Got the Venom Vortex riding up top, huh?
Yep.
So how fast can you dump that whole mag? How many rounds?
This is 19. 15 plus 4. So that's 19. I don't know how fast I can dump the whole mag. I know that I can, at 10 yards, I can dump the whole mag as fast as I can pull the trigger. 90% A zone, nothing outside of C.
Daniel threw out a challenge, so I think
I didn't throw out a challenge. I'm
Yes,
just wondering.
Yeah,
I have
you did.
a challenge too. I'm gonna
You waited
second.
until you were off camera, Matt, to bring it up, though.
What happened?
He wants to do an on-camera challenge of how fast you can dump your mag and how tight a group you can get.
So
So
how would those rules go? The fastest and tightest? What if one person is slower but a tighter group?
Oh, anybody can shoot a tight group.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if say we're a second apart from each other or a half second apart from each other,
Then it'll come to the group size.
then it'll come to the group size.
That'll
Okay.
come to the group side. Yep.
But it's got how many rounds? I mean, mine holds 16 plus. Let me see.
We'll just download to 15 and I can use a standard mag.
My standard mag is 16 rounds plus one, so I've shooted 17 rounds.
I mean, I can put a Glock 17 mag in this for 17 rounds, or you can download to 15 for a G19 mag.
Whatever, 15 rounds.
All right. 10
But
yards.
I gotta wait
7
till
yards.
10 yards. That's for girl. I mean, I'm used to shooting. I'm just used to shooting 15 yards, but I mean 10 yards. I mean, okay, my group size is going to be very small.
keep it consistent. 10 yards, 15 rounds. Okay, time it, and for every half inch that your group is smaller than your opponent, you can deduct half a second from your time, or maybe for every inch, not half inch.
That's going
Okay,
to
now-
happen very much. That's only the size of the bullet.
You know,
Now I'll usually throw out at least one flyer in that.
I think we all do. 1 or 2 flyers. I mean, yeah.
So what? Subtract 1 or 2 flyers. Just throw, write them all. Write the flowers.
Flyers are included. You can't take flyers out of it. Flyers are included.
Flyers are included. Anything outside of now, what's a flyer? Outside of an inch or out into the like C zone or something?
Past the A zone. If it goes outside the A zone.
no, you can't do the A zone. This is like a self-defense kind of deal. Anything outside the 8-inch circle.
Well,
Okay.
Scotsman's going to have to come down to do the vid. He's got the timer, so
I mean,
You got the smartphone. Download the free app. Stop with excuses, old man.
Gunpowder. It's all Daniel. Daniel's doing this, not me. So bitch at him.
my first shots with this today was 23 rounds at 10 yards. I would say moderately fast pulling the trigger, all in the head of a IPSC target. That was my first shots with this today.
So running good. Anything that you're finding negative at all about it yet?
Yes, two absolute things. Number one, I'm going to have to go after it with a Dremel because now I have big old fucking ape hands, right? I have big old ape hands, and that knuckle grinds like crazy into that point. That point is meant to, obviously to give room for your hand. My hands just, it's like 4 fucking hot dogs on a hamburger bun, on a hamburger patty. So it grinds like hell into there. So I'm going to flatten that out a little bit. And then my palm hits the mag release. Not that I have accidentally ejected a mag yet, but it does grind into it a little bit. So I'm afraid I'm going to. And so I'm probably going to either change this out with a standard length one. This is an extended one that came with the kit. I'm probably going to exchange this out for a standard length one that sits just a fuzz lower, or just take a Dremel and sand this off and then like re-stipple the end of it. Other than that, I think it's really comfortable. I like the thumb drive or the gas pedal or whatever people are calling that. The ledge right here that you run your thumb on. Stippling is real aggressive. The job wasn't hard to do. Overall, this Vickers slide stop is a freaking beast. It looks stock, but that has got to be one of the easiest hit and slide stops I've ever seen.
I have to say, if I ever consider Glock, the polymer 80 would be the only thing because the grip on is a little different. It just feels different. It actually feels a little better in the hand. Regular Glocks, nah, you can keep those.
So we've actually had quite a few people out in the chat saying that the challenge isn't quite good enough. So why don't we just square it off? 15 rounds, 15 yards.
15 rounds, 15 yards, 15 seconds.
Tightest grip you can, as fast as you can.
I mean, that's a lot like the 10, 10, and 10. I mean, that's an already existing challenge. 10 rounds, 10 yards, 10 seconds.
I'm looking at CZ versus Glock.
Well, I mean, you better start squinting because you're going to see that CZ way back at the, middle of the race.
10 rounds at 10 seconds, then you should make it at 25 yards, not at 10 yards.
Yeah. We'll keep it even 15, 15, and 15.
15, 15, 15. Sounds good.
And just as fast as you're comfortable pulling the trigger.
From your back.
No, my holster's on my side. I don't have to pull this one out of my. Or no, okay.
You got that little carry bag you have when you sometimes it sits inside there. You need to get Daniel one of those. It'll be interesting to see Daniel try to shoot from there.
I'm just wondering, okay, are we drawing from the holster or are we just going to be at the ready?
From the holster.
From the holster.
Yep.
Concealment or open.
Yep. Either however you usually carry.
Okay.
Open.
Open, fine. Yeah, whatever. I mean, when I'm at the range, it's usually open anyway. So. When I say range, I mean middle of the desert.
Yeah, my range may rest in peace. I'm
Yeah,
hoping
that was a sad video, Val. That was a sad video.
it was. But hopefully, you know what? He's got a showing on Friday. People are coming for the third time. So we'll see what's going to happen. Maybe they realize it's too much upkeep and blah, blah, blah. And, you know.
So for all those folks out there, I just like busting on Matt. And he likes busting on me, and she. So it's too easy.
Oh yeah, it's nothing serious between us.
That's what every girlfriend I've ever had said.
Yeah.
Why is no one on the chat surprised?
What did she say? You're too easy, or?
No, I'm too CZ.
Oh, there you go.
Sleazy. I'll have to do that maybe next weekend. I got a guy sending me an upper to put together for him. Another guy sending me in town that's sending me an upper to put together for him and test. So those will pretty much fill up my weekend after that. Yeah, I should probably do it in 2 weeks.
No worries. We'll have plenty of time. But Biden's going to be in the office. He's going to be handing me money left and right. He's going to lock us down for God knows how long. And then he's going to take all our guns away.
No, but first he wants a bunch of American troops there at his inauguration, and I think that's simply because he wants somebody there. Nobody else would show up unless they were ordered.
Are you talking about Biden?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I saw a video earlier. I don't know how accurate this video is. I saw a video earlier of a guy in DC. Oh, damn microphone. A guy in DC that was walking down the street, and there were all of these checkpoints set up and K-rail and barricades, and it was the Army that was doing it. I'm not sure if it's National Guard or not, but it was the Army controlling them. And the guy made a good point. If this is what you have to protect your inauguration from the citizens, maybe the citizens didn't actually vote you in.
Yep. Well, he needs audience, so somebody needs to clap.
I found that to be very interesting. I would have never thought about that, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why do you need an army to protect you? And why do you need walls? Why do you need barriers? If you're the most popular voted president ever, why do you need all of this?
Yeah, Daily Caller on Facebook, he posted a video, and he said that he's been in DC for 12 years. He saw 3 different inaugurations before. Never ever there was anything like that. Hell, I was in the DC a week and a half ago. There was nothing. There was those little barriers that you can move around. That's what they had around the Capitol and around the president. That was it. So
well, yeah, they needed those barriers that they could move around, so that when the time came, they could let everybody in.
Yeah. Well, besides that, but 25,000 National Guards, 5,000 U.S. Marshals, and God knows what, and not to mention Metro PD and the Secret Service. So you probably got 35,000 people there.
But don't worry, he's going to get more popular here soon, because he's going to go ahead and allow 11 million illegals to gain citizenship. So he'll have 11 million more votes.
Well, yes and no, because he's going to make them legal. It takes 5 years for them to be able to apply for the citizenship. But
no, they're trying to speed it. They're trying to speed it up. That's what it is. Exactly what it says. They're trying to speed it up.
How long did it take when Reagan gave amnesty to 11 million illegals? I don't recall how long it took them for them to actually get their citizenship.
Well, right now it's the same. It's the same thing. Still, it's 5 years minimum.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to have a clean record and all that crap. So I'm not saying I mean, the immigration laws are broken. There are a lot of freaking illegals here. There are a lot of illegals that they've been here for 20 plus years. Okay, they can't leave. They got lives here. I understand that. Something needs to be done. But I don't know. I mean, I just come from an immigrant that spent $50,000+ on the goddamn lawyer fees and waited for 15 years. So,
Yep, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that one. Midas, it's always good to see you, brother. I know you can't always comment, but it's always good to see you, and we all appreciate you out here, and we're always thinking about you, brother. So, y'all know, if you need something, you can give any one of us a shot. We'll help you out. So
here's my tribute to BLM. Black LMGs matter.
there you go.
I was gonna get the one that says Bud Light matters.
Oh God, that'll be the last time you're ever on this chat.
Well, I got a hat that says clean butts matters. Oh.
I'm choking it down right now. I've just been reading so much in the news and stuff this week from the mainstream fake news of what's going on, and just the white shaming, the stuff. The last one, it was somebody took down or put up a hashtag White Lives Matter there. I think it was in Portland, and they come out and they say how racist and terrorizing and everything that was, and how wrong it is. It's like, and how prejudiced, racist it is. Wait a minute. Why is it if it's white, it's racist, and if it's black, it's not racist? And I just say all lives matter. There's one race, the human race.
Well, and
There's
it's
no white supremacy.
considered racist if you say all lives matter. They even get offended by that happy horse shit.
Yup, amen to that, and a woman.
And then there's that.
How stupid you gotta be, and you're in the freaking politics. You hold an office and you come with a BS like that. Oh, don't say just email. We need to say a woman.
The best part of that whole thing is right after she said all that, she did a whole nother speech, and she's like, "I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, I'm this, I'm that," and used every single one of them that she wants to ban.
Of course, do as I say, not as I do. The rules don't apply to them. It's just sad. It's just sad because we're witnessing the greatest nation in the world going down the toilet.
I love this propaganda war that's being played out on us right now.
Yeah, but the problem is all the propaganda words is working. The younger generation, they don't think. They don't care. They own their fucking phones, Twitters, Facebook, whatever. That's what's important. You know?
And I know Matt is sitting over there getting ready to steam off and explode. But before he does that, it is a propaganda war that's going on us, and you can always get one half of the country to go out there and kill the other half. Both sides are getting played. I mean, right now we're looking like the villains, and the other ones are looking like the white knights. Oh, did I say white? I'm sorry. But I mean, they're looking like good guys, but they're playing one side against another. So a different group can control everybody below. They're looking for an excuse to call out all the troops.
Hey, Michael Ray's got a good point. Did you guys hear about that too? There's supposed to be like 75,000 Chinese troops waiting in Canada, another 200,000 in Mexico.
Don't believe Q.
Finally, we get to live out Red Dawn.
Yeah, Q is just part of the whole manipulation.
I'm pretty sure 25,000 the Chinese troops in Canada, they won't make it to DC.
No, 25,000 Chinese troops in Canada won't make it through Montana.
Well, it depends where they are in Canada. If they're like right here, north of New York, then yeah, they're gonna waltz right through. But God knows, I hear all these stories, all these different stories. But I hate to say, nothing's gonna happen. It's the end.
I mean, you know the thing they put out about Pelosi who got arrested at the border and all the stuff that came out a couple of weeks ago. That was all just misinformation put out by those groups to just make one side what the heck, what's going on, and unstable.
Well,
It's the mental.
We have actually had proof, or at least generals and so forth say that that Pelosi's laptop was not taken by citizens, that it was taken by special forces.
It was taken by the military. Yeah. It was taken by the military. And you guys heard about Pelosi going to the Pentagon and requesting the military to no longer take orders from Trump.
Yep, I heard about that one.
Like, how is she not in prison for that? That's, I mean, if
That's
that
mutiny.
cunt bitch should have been in prison years ago. I mean, she should have been the minute she stood up at when he's doing the speech and talking about, last year when he's doing his speech, and she gets up behind him and starts tearing up his speech. Right there, that's treason. Copy or not, that's treason.
Sedition.
I mean, yeah, it blows my mind. As far as I know, that's public information, not conspiracy theory. The whole
maybe they'll let her share a cell with Hillary.
They don't need to share a cell. They just need to be hung together.
Share a grave.
Yeah, it is now public information that special forces took Pelosi's laptop, and she started flipping out. She started losing her mind and going with any avenue she can to put a stop to what was going to be discovered on her laptop. In other news, we've caught wind that the NRA has filed Chapter 11. The mammoth machine that they call the NRA is going bankrupt.
So, from what I've seen and read, it's not that they're going bankrupt. They're filing it as in that particular way because they're trying to move state. So they're trying to move Texas, and for whatever reason, legal laws wise, they are trying to file it in a particular way, which is under a Chapter 11, even though they're technically not bankrupt.
Right, because they're trying to move themselves out of tyrannical New York and into what's becoming the country's sanctuary state, Texas, which to me is absolutely amazing with all the anti-gun crap that's been flying around Texas. The NRA is looking to move their complete operations out of New York and into Texas. Or is it out of Virginia, Michael Ray? I thought they were actually based in New York.
I just hope that there's some restructuring done. Otherwise, I just hope they go away. I mean, for my entire lifetime or longer, they've just been the false hope of people. They've been that the pepper spray that you carry in your pocket because you think it's actually going to stop an attacker. It gives you that false sense of confidence that you're going to be okay. That's all that the NRA has been. I mean, every major piece of gun control legislation either has the NRA's okay or fingerprints all over it. I hope they go away. I celebrated when I heard the NRA because it's going to save Americans millions of dollars in not giving money to that scam, that scam group.
Yeah, and that's what they've been all about for, as long as I can remember. I don't recall the NRA actually defending rights at all. Really. I haven't dug into it. I am not a member of the NRA. I've never been a member of the NRA and never will be a member of the NRA. So maybe I'm just missing something, but like you said, Matt, the only time I've ever seen the NRA is when the left has tried to use them as this big giant tyrannical ruling entity in our country that's just evil, which only time they ever seem to come around is when they're asking for money. So kind of like Democrats. But I've never heard them of actually going to fight for people's rights.
I mean, have you ever taken an NRA class?
I couldn't.
Like, I'm hoping to. Like, I know people. I've taken. I can't remember how many NRA classes, but I'm hoping this upcoming spring, I do the instructor's class. That way, I can do concealed weapons permits here in Arizona. But the people I know that have taken that class are like, dude, like I slept through it and passed. It's such a joke.
Yeah,
So, but it's a prerequisite in order to get your permitting to be an instructor, to have that in your belt, right?
Well, no, just to be able to do concealed weapons permits.
well, it varies. It varies across the country, but they have all kinds of training. But the way they get you a lot of times is, in order to do this, you have to have this, and it has to be NRA.
Yeah.
So a lot of companies are that way. A lot of places are that way when it comes to being members. Well, if you're not a member of the NRA, you can't be a member here.
Like in Ohio, if you're a kid and you want to get your first hunting license, you got to take a gun safety class, and it has to be an NRA gun safety class, so you can go out hunting, get a license.
They got people so fooled. Like, I asked them, because it used to be DPS. My understanding is, before I moved here, DPS is the one that handled concealed weapons permits. And I asked somebody once, and they were like, I don't know how that happened. The whole, like, looking toward the NRA for their class to do concealed weapons permits, because their class has nothing to do with legality. And that's all that Arizona CCW needs. You don't even need a shooting class to do CCW here. It's a legal class. That's it. It's like half a day in the back room of your FFL where you watch a slideshow or go through a book a little bit, and that's it. And like when I did my Arizona concealed weapons permit, we got to answer as a group all the test questions. There wasn't even, like, we wrote down the answers when we were done, but we got to answer as a group.
Yeah.
It's
The NRA they need to get back to their roots. That's what the NRA needs to do. If they're going to restructure, get back to their roots. The NRA started out as two guys from the north going down south, teaching the blacks about guns and gun safety and how to shoot, and instilling laws there to protect them from the local government, which was Democrats. And it has helped get around all these these Jim Crow laws.
We don't need no classes at least in my county. You know, you get CCW. There's no classes. One county down, you need to have a NRA safety course, the 5-hour. And to get a CCW in Connecticut, you need a the 5-hour NRA course.
Well, see, here's what the NRA is. The NRA is exactly like Glock. They captured the market. They captured the market and they got it bought and paid for. That's exactly what happened, and that's exactly how they are. They've gotten so engraved into what it is that you're never going to get them out of there. Unless they actually just disappear, you're never going to get them out of there.
I would argue that that Glock is actually worth something, and the NRA is not.
G23
at least the
put a
Glock
question
is
out. G23 put a question out in the side chat for me. Who do you think provides insurance for every gun ranges? I know that the county range that's by me is insured through the Park and Rec system. It's not insured through NRA because it's actually part of the Parks and Recs.
I mean, NRA probably does a lot of good things, but they got way too big, way too much. They got way too commercialized, that now they issue credit cards and this and that. So, not to mention big ass salary for LaPierre. So they're not, and considering they're in New York, as a corporation, they haven't done a damn thing for the New York. Hell, we have a bill that's gonna ban the bulletproof vest. And the way it's written, it bans the vest, not body armor, a vest. Come on. Who the fuck wrote this shit?
Yeah, I mean, what the whole banning of the vest? I mean, okay, right now it's illegal, and it's been illegal for criminals to buy bulletproof vests, but now they want to stipulate it where it's illegal for upstanding citizens to protect themselves.
All right, when I got that email about, and I get emails from the NRA almost every day because I'm a life member. I was really excited when I started reading about them moving out of New York, but I can't really get my head around exactly what goes on around there. And then I got to the bottom, and it was signed by Wayne LaPierre. So that just crushed me. I was thinking, finally we're going to get this jackleg out of here and get somebody that really cares about what's going on. But it's like their headquarters is in Virginia, but they're moving out of New York and moving to Texas. What are they moving out of New York and moving to Texas if the headquarters is in Virginia, in the outskirts of Washington, D.C.?
So in answer to G23's question, and I'm sure others will step up too, but the GOA is a huge one fighting for us. And there's many others out there. A lot of them are smaller, like the Virginia, what are the Girls and Guns? Virginia, the heck is it? There's a Firearms Policy Coalition.
The Virginia Defense League.
There you go. Thank you. Defense League. Thank you. But there's a lot of them out there. You just got to look for them. But
and tell me right now, G, if you could, what is the NRA doing for us right now?
So
not a damn thing. They make a phone call and beg for money.
Yeah, right. Now back when Lane, you got me saying Wayne LaPierre. Back when Larry Pratt was running Gun Owners of America, I was a member of Gun Owners of America then. I had him live on one of my streams. I had his cell phone number, talked to him a number of times. Good guy. Really wanted to, he wouldn't let bullshit go. When I would talk to him and when things were happening, he wouldn't let bullshit go. Eric, I believe is his son's name. Eric Pratt is the one running it now. I don't think he has the same strict belief structure that his father did. I stopped following the NRA when they endorsed Donald Trump. I thought they should have not endorsed anybody for the 2020 election. I thought, as far as guns go, and I understand there's all kinds of people want to make excuses for it, but as far as guns go, there wasn't a good choice in 2020, and I thought that was kind of I really thought that the GOA should have just kept their mouth shut when it came to backing a certain presidential candidate in 2020. And so I haven't followed them since.
I went to Atlanta to the NRA show that year. The annual meeting was in Atlanta, and I think it was 16 when Trump got elected. And he came down to make a speech. And of course, at that point, he'd been endorsed by the NRA. But like I said, I'm a lifetime member. I could get nowhere close to where that auditorium they were having that speech in. Those were for people who paid big time money. So the NRA ain't so much about protecting our gun rights as they are about making money.
That's why they're an insurance company. That's why the NRA got into insurance. That's why they're insuring all of these ranges. That's why they have their own private concealed carry insurance, because they're all about the money. It has nothing at all to do with protecting your rights in all. It's all about the money. They should have never gotten into the insurance business. And when they came out, especially with private concealed carry insurance, it made my skin crawl. They shouldn't be in the insurance game.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think when they came up with that insurance, they used SCCA, and they actually had some trouble fighting them because they tried to buy out USCCA and got turned down.
That's absolutely correct. They even tried to sue the USCCA. And the big giant monster that the NRA is lost their ass. So it's because the NRA shouldn't be an insurance company anyway. So if you want to say, oh, well, that's what they're doing, they're providing insurance. That's because it's about them making money. Has nothing at all to do with protecting.
Yeah, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate, okay? There's not that many options to provide insurance for the gun ranges and whatnot, so you have to look at it that way. They stepped up. Nobody, G23's got a good point. No GOA, nobody else is stepping up, helping with insurance for the gun ranges, for clubs and stuff like that. So on the other hand, yes, they're making money off it. Well, we live in a capitalist economy, so why shouldn't they make money? I don't have a problem with them making money. I have a problem with them not doing shit for us. That's what I have a problem with. They provide insurance, that's one thing. But then you got members that pay their dues, and they expect certain things from them, and they simply do not deliver. That's what I have a problem with.
I hate arguments like that, man. I really do. I hate here's all the bad things somebody or a company does. And instead of acknowledging that, somebody comes along and goes, what about this good thing? The good thing doesn't matter when it comes down to the context of the conversation. Great. They're supplying insurance apparently for ranges. I don't care. I really care less about that because my range is out in the middle of the desert.
That's you. What about a million other people that don't have?
And it may be important to other people. But you know what's more important to me? Are our rights as a whole.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That I do have a problem with that. They should do what they're supposed to do. I mean, the insurance is one thing, but they're really supposed to be a lobby company for our gun rights, and they're not doing that.
So the insurance side of the NRA should split off to a separate company, and the NRA should concentrate and get back to the roots, whereas promoting the shooting sports, protecting the Second Amendment, and getting training out there basically the training should be out there to get more people into the gun community.
So what you basically just heard there is when Daniel takes over the NRA, that's what Daniel's going to do. Because
No,
Wayne's not poo-poo, ain't going to fucking do that.
Actually, what I want them to do is take the money they make off the insurance and apply it towards fighting for our rights. That's the right thing to do. The problem is if they fly on the private jets and spend all these freaking money for the Lapierre and all the other head things, then there's not that much money left for the flights. That's the problem.
Yeah. And when LaPierre wants tens of millions of dollars from the NRA to build him his new mansion because he doesn't feel secure. I'm surprised he's even still around after that fiasco.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah,
they should have term limits in the NRA also.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm afraid that the NRA has gotten so big that they'll never be what they're supposed to be anymore. And do they or do they not? Are they considered a nonprofit? Because if they are, that's a joke, and they're robbing the country of a bunch of tax money.
I'm pretty sure they're still nonprofit.
And they're going to, and the Dems can go after him because the insurance side, they need to split the insurance off because that is profit. That's a commercial business.
It is.
Jamie, when you signed up for a life member, the swag the NRA sent you, was that did you get the little knife that was about like this big?
Well, I've got 3 or 4 of those.
Well, when I signed up for a life member, they had a sale on. So I got about $600, I got the life membership.
Right.
And they sent me this little knife that had made in China on it.
Right.
I regretted it so much. I made a video of it. I shot that sucker on video and posted it, and that thing just shattered.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what you do with products that suck or don't perform. You shoot them right. You take them out and you shoot the hell out of them.
I wish we can do that with the politicians that don't perform.
I mean, this magazine right up here, it wasn't performing right. So it got shot to shit. So Anna Lee Brown says that they're a 501c3.
I don't have a clue what that means.
It means they're a nonprofit. So when they're nonprofit, here's the thing. How can it be nonprofit when you got Wayne making so much freaking money? And yeah, I'm not even going to get into it.
That's exactly how they remain nonprofit. Is so much money has to go towards operations, and if someone, there's plenty of executives making millions and millions and millions of dollars every year through the NRA, but that's how they justify it. Oh, well, we had X amount of dollars this year, and so now everybody's salaries are going to be set at this.
I think if you're a 501c3, just like government, like our House members and our senators, you ought to have a set pay scale. And $100 and some odd $1,000 a year, that's crazy. I'd pay them.
There you go. Anna's out there. She says the Goodwill's president rakes in $500,000 a year.
Well, yeah, a lot of people don't understand that Goodwill is not it's not the Salvation Army style company that it used to be. Goodwill nowadays is actually a for-profit company. They weren't when they started, but nowadays Goodwill is a for-profit company.
So, real quick, Matt's got to jump off, but I would like to thank Matt for jumping in. Always good to have you, brother. You're more than welcome anytime. You want to go ahead and do a quick outro?
Bye. Thanks for having me on. I always love pissing people off.
That's why we love having you.
Yeah, Daniel, I'm going to start practicing because I really need to work on slowing down for you so you can catch up to me.
You do that.
And everybody else, good talking to you, and we'll catch you guys later.
All right.
Later, Matt.
Goodbye.
Enjoyed it, buddy. Yeah, man, I think we got some people riled up out there now.
Hey, check this out.
That's okay. Tom Olofsson is here. It's fine. Tom is here.
Check this out. Tucker Carlson at what's his name? Hickok 45 at his range. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, who was that guy?
Tucker Carlson. From
No, I
Fox.
meant the other one.
Hickok 45. You don't know who Hickok 45 is?
No.
Hookok? Who the heck is Hookok?
He's
This guy.
some big, giant, tall guy, I think.
Right there. You see?
Highcock.
Hickok, yeah. Is that the JB Gay talking?
Water Two Fields out there. Good to see you, brother. If you guys don't know him, go check him out. With that being said, we are over the first hour. Alan, if you want to run through the side chat.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. The side chat's been going. I don't know if it's because we riled them up or they're riling us up. Alaska One, Andy 79 Z28, like the last one, Andy. Anna Lee Brown, AR Guns 1776, Armament and Axis, the bearded CB himself, Firearms 101, Gorillas and Guns, Idaho Rogers USMC, Kingpin, Lakeview Outdoors, Michael Ray, PC Bullet Empire, Paco Loco, the RT Sawyer. I should probably get something to drink. Snake Doctor 78, the Texas Outlaw himself, Michael Sines, Tom Olofsson, the Viborg, Walter Davis. Man, this list is just going on and on. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Garage Guy 879. Not sure if I mentioned him. Water to Field. Yeah, it's raging over there, guys. Thank you all for being here.
So, what were all these the documents that Trump declassified? They're supposed to pop up tomorrow. Supposedly, he handed somebody like a foot of documents that are being declassified.
No, he supposedly declassified Obamagate.
Yeah, that stuff's supposed to be public tomorrow, I think.
I honestly hope he declassifies everything. Absolutely everything, including the little book in the office itself.
No, I want the freaking aliens. That's what I want.
I want the book in the office. I want that book to be taken out and said, "Here, this belongs to the people." It's exactly what needs to happen. Let that book be open. Let everything be known.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always been nearly a tradition for presidents that are going out to sign a batch of executive orders right before they leave. And we haven't really seen that. And I'm not sure why. Maybe that's why they started trying to impeach him again, because they were afraid of what was going to come down the line with final executive orders.
Oh, they managed to impeach him so fast for second time. They didn't follow the procedure. They didn't oh my God, the whole thing started on Twitter, and 2 days later he was impeached. Like, come on, this is shenanigans. Like.
Yeah, it takes them anything. It takes them forever to do anything. But when it comes down to trying to impeach him, man, that happened overnight.
Yep.
Yeah, but it was without a hearing and without any evidence. So
apparently they don't need evidence. He needs evidence to show there's a voter fraud, but they don't need any evidence for him for saying he instigated the Capitol riot. It's just.
Yeah, when the left has been saying, "Oh, you should just burn the places down," and you should be doing more damage than what you're doing, and he's saying, "Leave with peace, and love." It's just absolutely amazing how they can spin anything.
Guys, I said it many times before. When you're standing in the DC in a crowd of well over 1 million people, shoulder to shoulder, and you look around like, there's no fucking way he won. There's just no way. It's not happening. It was just the atmosphere that was there, the electricity. Everybody was, that's just, it can't be. I refuse to believe it. And
that does 95% of the country.
And the problem is that, we got screwed. We took it up the ass without a KY, and we just keep going. That's the problem. That's the problem. Here's the thing, right? And we were talking about it the other day on my chat. I'm not the guy that's gonna go freaking grab a rifle and go fight the government, okay? But there's 30,000 troops in DC right now. But if 150,000 Americans would organize and march on the DC, I'd fucking join that shit. Biggest problem is how you're gonna organize stuff like that. That's a problem. You got no way to put them together. You think those 30,000 troops would actually start firing on the American people, especially if they're gonna be outnumbered 3-1? If you're gonna have this massive, just like the massive a cloud of people that was on that square. Well, in front of the monument, when you look up and as far as you could see, all you see American flags and mega hats. It was just an ocean of that. Imagine a wave like that coming down at you. Hey, you really gonna start shooting at them? They your countrymen. I seriously doubt that. Yeah, maybe a couple of them would, but I seriously doubt it. And I hate to say it, but until something like that happens, something extreme, ain't nothing gonna change in this country, and the politicians just gonna freaking turn us into goddamn slaves.
Oh, and if something went down like that, it would be all the rights' fault. Apparently, all the rights are terrorists, and they attacked the military guard.
At that point, it doesn't matter because we own this shit. We own the government. We do, and the army would join us, and we would.
That's one of the biggest things is everyone out there's got to remember, we're supposed to be in charge. We, the people.
Yeah.
But that's what everyone seems to forget. Everyone goes, "Oh, they said we got to." No, you fucking don't have to. What you have to do is step up to the fucking plate, have a fucking pair of balls on you, and say, "Fuck you." It's we the fucking people, and stand the fuck up.
And that's why I said it starts with a stupid thing like a mask. Do not comply. We know it doesn't work. We know it's bullshit.
I made that video. What was it? 3-4 days ago, whatever. Well, you stand up, stand the fuck up, and it starts just like balls. It starts with a fucking mask. Tell them fucking no. Tell them to go fuck themselves. We are free. And the only way we're gonna remain fucking free is if you stand up. I stand up, and everyone else fucking stands up and says, "No, go fuck yourself. We're not fucking doing it."
No, you gotta be nice. You can't go fuck yourself. You gotta be nice. You gotta tell them, no, it's not the law. It's not this. You gotta have the facts. Did he just froze?
Yeah, he froze up. I wonder if he's at the new place.
He got all riled up and froze.
Yeah, YouTube shut him down.
No, we've been being nice. We've been playing nice for years. We've been playing nice. So it to me, I don't understand why people keep saying, "Oh, well, we need to play nice." Why do we need to play? We've been playing nice, and all we've got is attacked and attacked and attacked.
Yeah, well, going telling people F you and F this, that's not the way. Okay, you want to be a bigger person, better person, and have the right stuff, have the right arguments, have the knowledge to tell them you're wrong. That's not it.
We do, and I said that in the video. You do. We have to have the knowledge and all of everything else. But at the end of the day, if they're not willing to listen, what else are we going to say other than go fuck yourself and stand the fuck up? You have to. Fucking period. I'm sorry, you have to.
But we got to do it intelligently.
You're going to fucking walk away because you turn around and go, "Oh, well, I you explained all that to me, but I still don't get it." What? You're going to walk away and be the nice guy and say, "Fuck it, I'm going to walk away because they didn't get it"? No, fuck that shit. They don't fucking get it. They don't fucking get it. They get, go fuck yourself.
Michael Stein says, "We will be painted as the enemy no matter what. We already are. It's okay, Michael. When I was a teenager and I watched wrestling, I always liked the bad guys anyway." So,
dude, I'm sorry, man. Michael is right on, dude.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, if I got to go ahead and start fucking painting my fucking face white and fucking blue, I will. And I'll be out there fucking fighting.
You just want to be like a Braveheart.
Dude, that's my ancestors. Get the fuck out of here.
That's all you want to do. They can take our life, but they can never take our freedom.
Dude, I'm always gonna stand for it. That's all there is to it. Doesn't fucking matter what country I'm in. I'm always gonna stand for it.
and Idaho Rogers always makes good sense. He says you take away their mouthpiece, the media, and then we'll all be on equal footing. It's crazy insane how lopsided the media is. I've started watching Newsmax. It's about the only thing I'll watch. I can't watch. I was watching News Now for a while, and then I found out they were Fox. Fox is even going liberal. What's the world coming to when Fox News is going liberal?
There's only one or two left on Fox that are any good anymore.
Yeah, Newsmax is pretty good. They objective. They're not leading right. They're not leading left. They providing freaking news. Not
Here's the thing, and this comment's perfect right here, and Daniel can attest to this too. It's been going on for the last 50, 60 years that they've been programming. It has been going on for years upon years upon years.
It's been going on for 200 plus years, ever since the Congress was created. No. It's an oldest corrupt institution in the world, and they just keep voting their own people in.
The problem we have right now all started in the 60s. That's when it started, and now you're seeing the accumulation of it. And the thing that's really going to raise the red flag for me when I see it is when they federalize all law enforcement. Your local, state, federal. They're just going to federalize it all. So watch out for that, because once that happens, the brown shirts are in power.
Unfortunately, yeah, just like Daniel says, it's all his fault. It started in the 60s. He was there smoking God knows what instead of taking care of business.
Boy, you think I'm as old as Fuzzy?
No.
No. I was born.
And Walter T. Field says it perfectly right here. 6 months ago, it's peaceful protesting, and then suddenly January 6th is domestic terrorism.
Yep.
Here's the other thing too. How can this particular supposed, the president-elect have won the most amount of votes when he is inciting violence throughout the entire nation? You got Washington burning themselves to hell, and so many others. Rioting the whole 9 yards. But somehow this man won the entire nation.
Well, yeah, and he also tried to blame Trump for not intervening while cities burned. He's like, I tried to intervene. They did not want it.
And let's just clarify something here too. It's not just Biden. Harris, Pelosi, and many, many others all were on board with everybody doing this shit.
Okay, that peaceful protest, over $2 billion in property damage. Private and people's private owned businesses. In Texas, 5 police officers killed by BLM members. Okay, that's peaceful. Just saying, that's facts.
And
Yeah.
see, here's the other thing too. You don't have the media talking about how some of these people that infiltrated the Capitol, infiltrated because they were let in, were Antifa, BLM, and whatever else, you name it. There's very little being said about that.
Yeah, that's what started the whole let's go in. They were pretty much bussed in on a bus, and then the guards that were by the barricade, quote unquote barricades, they just opened them up and let them come rush
Yeah,
right
they let
in.
them all run right in.
Opened them up and told them to come in.
Yeah, but they were
Unfortunately, we're
bussed.
never going to find out exactly what happened because this was all, again, orchestrated by the deep state. And
Well, again, I seriously hope, and we only got a few days left, but I seriously hope Trump turns around and just says, release everything. Absolutely fucking everything.
I hate to break it to you, but nothing's going to happen. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to try to ruin him. They're going to try to bankrupt him. So nobody ever that's outside the deep state and outside their control decides to even run for the office. That's what's going to happen. I'm afraid of that. They're going to try to bankrupt, discredit him, discredit the family. So none of them will ever decide. Like, for example, if Trump decides to run 4 years from now, I won't vote for him because he's simply too old. But if Donald Jr. decides to run, he's got my vote, But they're gonna discredit the entire family. They're just gonna make it so nobody would even think twice running for the office because it doesn't matter if you're a Republican or Democrat. We don't have two parties, okay? There's maybe a handful of freaking congressmen or congresswomen that actually want to do something good. The rest of them, it doesn't freaking matter. They're so long. They become corrupt. And it doesn't matter if they're Republican, a Democrat. Behind the door, shit happens differently. And they're just doing whatever they want.
Yeah, they can release everything tomorrow, but who's going to report it? Who's going to show it to the masses?
They control the media as well. And you know what? What's going to happen is they do not control the big tech. And that's what's going to happen. Eventually, it's going to catch up to them as well because the big tech is going to say, no, we don't want to do shit. We're going to censor you as well. We're going to be running the fucking world. Because basically that's what it is. Right now, the big tech is running the world. People, 3/4 of the people don't watch the news anymore. News are becoming obsolete. Everything goes through the social media, especially with the younger generations. Everything. And that's how you control people. That's how you win the elections. That's how you control the youngsters, and they just easily influence, and they own the fucking phones 24/7. That just control them through that. So I hate to break it to you guys, but like I said, we lost. Unless there's gonna be, I'm telling you, Write out freaking major clash or something really brutal that's gonna restart, that's gonna hit like a reset button. Other than that, we're going down. We're going down, and we're on the goddamn roller coaster ride, heading straight down. The dollar's going to hell. Whatever money you got, put in anything else. Just don't keep it in cash. That's what's going to happen. You'll see.
Stock up on a good supply of food. Heirloom seeds. Get your spot ready to grow a garden. That way you know you're going to have food. I mean, hey, food, shelter, way to protect it, family, and on top of all that there, God, on whatever, I mean, people out there got different faiths, but moral values. We got to get back to it.
That's not all. We're gonna get basically prosecuted. Everybody that voted for Trump, everybody that had a Trump sign, you're gonna be painted as an evil guy at least for the next 4 years. They're gonna go after you with everything they got because they got all the power right now. That's what's gonna happen. Just wait and see. And God bless you if you live in the red state. You know, the only good thing I got going for me, I live in a red county, but in a shitty state. But you know, it's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be tough. You know, you watch your 401ks and all that shit going down to hell. And Ida Rogers says, "What's wrong with Boodle?" There's nothing wrong with it. Problem is, you gotta get, like I said, you gotta get people organized. And how many veterans we got in the U.S.? Million, maybe more. Okay, and these guys gonna go. Well, I'm not talking about guys like Daniel because he can barely walk. Fuck him. I'm talking about guys that can actually shoot. But these guys gonna say like, I spent 3 tours in Iraq, Afghanistan. I saw my brothers blown away, and this is what I get in return. This is what I fought for. Eventually, all these guys gonna do something. I firmly believe something like that. And if somebody has a chance to organize, it's them. You know, we regular folks, how are we gonna organize? What through the YouTube? They're gonna shut us down, freaking lock us up before we even put 100 people together. So
Wow. You just don't understand that age and treachery will overcome youth and skill every time.
Unbelievable.
You ain't got no skill. I saw you.
Okay, that was Uncle Jim did a video not too long ago about all this stuff. And then the next day he did another one, and he had a link to the video showing them bussing in people for the Capitol thing, and those are the ones that rushed into the. Both of those videos are now no longer there. Imagine that.
Well, you know, absolutely, there were some instigators, but you know, Trump supporters got involved as well. But bottom line is, you had over 1 million people over there, and you had a few hundred that got in. It's like nothing. Percentage is nothing. If you watch the BLM and Antifa protest, you had a couple hundred people, and every freaking one of them was burning shit down. So it's a completely different. They just tried. They needed the excuse to paint us bad, you know. And I like when people say like, who did that? Ghost Rider USA said, "Oh, gun confiscation is a line in sand for many patriots," which is nice. But it's like somebody else said, "Oh, I'll never get the vaccine because this, you know, my kids are homeschooled. I live on a farm and blah blah blah." That's all good, but you can't live on your own. You have to be a member of society. And if that society is gonna be so screwed up that you can't even go to store without a card saying that you have a vaccination, how are you gonna keep living like this? You know, and it's just same thing with the gun confiscation. Oh, out of my cold dead hands. I love that shit. I want to see which one of you, when a state police shows up at your doorstep with a SWAT team, actually to take the guns. What are you gonna do? You know, and if they do it at once and come in and take all that, there's not a damn thing you're gonna do. It just, that's the problem. We let it go to that point that they have the upper hand. I hate to sound like a freaking doom and gloom, but like I said, unless we really pull together and have some kind of, like they say, well-regulated militia. Well, we're not well-regulated at all. That's the problem.
I agree. And Idaho, Roger said about the same thing. Now he's saying he disagrees.
Hey Mario, don't give me credit.
Val, you mentioned, yeah, there's millions and millions of veterans out there, the guys that have served 2, 3, 4 tours, that have seen the ravages, that have had brothers fall right next to them, or even in their own arms. Those are the men that I will stand shoulder and shoulder with. Abso-freaking-lutely. I will follow those guys wherever they tell me to go.
Listen, I would stand shoulder to shoulder to fat fuck from Tennessee, as long as he's a patriot and as long as we have number. I don't care if you train special forces. As long as there's enough of us and we do believe, that's all I care about. I don't care if you're army. I don't care if you whatever you are. But if you're willing to die for the country, if you're willing to die for the future, Kingpin said it the best. All those motherfuckers in a BLM, Antifa, whatnot, burning cities down, they had nothing to lose. But they also have nothing to live for. They have nothing to fight for. We have something to fight for. I spent all my life, last 26 years living in this country, building what I have, and all this shit's gonna get taken away from me. So I got.
No, it's not. It's not gonna get taken away because you're not gonna fucking let it get taken away. That's the fucking thing. This is where the fucking problem that I have with people, and some people in our community too. And I may piss people off here, and I don't give a fuck. If you're not willing to fucking stand the fuck up and say, I'm going to stand, I will not stand for this bullshit. I am a free fucking man. This is a free country. I have my fucking rights, and you're going to fight for them. I don't want to fucking know you. I don't. I fucking don't. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people falling over and complying with the little bullshit shit that's going on right now. It's fucking ridiculous. Have a fucking pair, grow a fucking pair, stand the fuck up and say no.
Now, the vast majority of people in the country are getting ticked off, but they're sitting back. They need to make a decision, a moral decision in their own mind of when are they going to stand up? What is going to be that point? Because when they stand up, they're just like the founding fathers. They're going to lose everything, their fortunes, their lives. And I mean, just to stand up to fight for a cause, they got to be willing to give up everything to stand up.
Just like Daniel's talking about fighting for what we have. Guys, I don't have a whole lot. I don't. What I have is freedom. And, Bald and Curious, Val was making joke about, me standing up and fighting like my ancestor. I'm not joking, dude. I will fight for freedom. I will stand for freedom. And I don't have a whole lot of things. I got my guns, and I got my little bits and pieces here and there, and that's it.
But
I came here from a country where my country was going to shit in the handbasket. And I came here to be free. I'm not going to sit here and let my fucking freedom be taken from me. Ain't going to fucking happen.
Here's the problem. Right now is not the time to fight. Like everybody says, this is not the time to pick up a rifle and go fight. This is the time you talk to neighbor. You talk to the guy in a gas station that when you're getting angry about the mask and he goes by you and says bullshit, you turn around and tell him, yes, you're right. Take the fucking mask off. You get to know the people. You get to build up the numbers. That's what it is. Maybe that guy, when you tell him that, he's gonna say, you know what, he's fucking right. I'll take the fucking mask off. And the next guy, and so on. It starts on a little thing. Even a big fire starts with a small fucking spark.
And that's it. We talk about sticking together. We talk about what's going to happen, who's going to start. It's not who's going to start. It's who's going to stick with everybody. Who's going to stand up and stick with everyone? When that one person does, or that group does, who's going to actually stand behind them and defend them and fight for it? Who? That's what we're talking about. That's the big fucking difference.
Well, me and Daniel's got the doorway. We'll hold them off as long as we can. We're too old to run, and we know
No.
where we're going.
Yeah. It's put it this way. I won't pull a gun out to defend myself, but I'll pull out a gun to defend my children, my neighbors, my family, all others. Period. And I can say that with a straight face because I've already done it twice.
That little girl you seen in here, pity the fool that tries to hurt her.
Damn straight.
And every one of you guys out there in the side chat got somebody like that too.
And right here, dude, hold on. We don't want war. We don't. But if it comes down to it, we're going to stand and defend and fight for our freedom. That's what it comes down to. I'm not trying to go to war. I don't want war. But if it comes down to it, I'm going to do what I got to do.
Well, to avoid war, we need to do the smart thing. We have to use our minds. We have to not get put into compromising positions like what happened in D.C. You had agent provocateurs there from QAnon and Antifa, and you had multi of them, and it's proven. There's pictures and video of them on even mainstream media. The guy with the buffalo horns and robe, he's from QAnon, and he was right in the front of the pack. The guy that the Antifa guy that was taking video, and he says, "Oh, I'm just trying to document it." No, they got it on his video where he was inciting people to riot he was right in the whole front going in.
So right now, honestly, I don't think it can be avoided. It's just a matter of when. It's honestly a matter of when. Is it going to be in our lifetime? I don't know. But again, I'm always going to stand and fight for it. So I'm not going to sit back and let this go to hell in a handbasket.
We always, as parents and as grandparents, we've always wanted better for our kids and better for our grandkids than the life we've had. And the way the country's going now, man, I don't see that happening.
If you want to see how nervous people are out there, go to any gun shop right now and look at the lines going up to the gun counter.
Yep.
To buy guns.
Yep. All the people that hate guns, all of a sudden everybody has one. Especially with all the talk, Biden taking the guns away, blah blah blah. Everybody's afraid.
Well, I've always said that anybody that decides who they're going to vote for on one issue is a radical. Since then, and there's more than one issue I'm conservative on. Y'all know me better than that, but on that one issue right there, call me a radical, because I'm not voting for anybody that's against the Second Amendment, and I don't think any of us are. Problem is they're taking our First Amendment rights away too.
This is an excellent comment right here. And part of that is history is going to make define who you are, define me, define you, and define every one of us. And they're trying to erase history, but I can tell you right now that we will rewrite history if we have to.
But the one right above that one.
But what side of history are you going to be on?
All right.
Jamie, are you going to say it or am I going to say it?
Go ahead.
Sin. It all goes back to sin on who we need to fight against. Because when you were talking about someone taking our right to free speech away, our right to, defend ourselves, and the other party saying it's okay to kill babies if they survive an abortion, what's right in any of those things? And they are doing so much more that is wrong, that is just basically a sin. This is a moral, spiritual war we are already in. And that's why our country is here right now. And the way our country has been rolling, our country has the government that this country deserves right now, because we let this wrong and this sin go on for this long.
When they turned around, and this is to Daniel's point, when they turned around and they said, just put a mask on. It's for everyone's benefit. Put a mask on. When they turned around and said, social distance, make sure you stay apart. No gathering together. You can't do that, because we got to make sure you spread apart to try and help stop this. When they said, you can't go to church, you still all were okay with it. I'm not okay with it. I know Jamie sure as hell ain't okay with it. And I know Daniel ain't okay with it. And when all this came out, these guys were speaking up, but other people don't. And that's the problem. We all got to speak up. We all got to say our piece. And one of the things that pissed me off lately here, at least in the last week or so, in the last week, maybe even 2 weeks, is we've been attacked a lot on social media. And you got people running to other platforms instead of trying to stick around and put the fight up. Well, they're already doing this, so I'm going to bail. I'm going to go over here. That's not helping the fucking situation. You running away somewhere else where you don't have as many viewers, you don't have as many people watching or paying attention to what's going on, or that entire audience as possible for you, doesn't fucking help us. Stick around, stay in the fucking fight.
If YouTube actually watches this chat, we're all getting arrested.
Fuck them. Try it.
Or at least getting a visit from FBI. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. They're gonna find my face somewhere around the Capitol building, and I'm gonna get a phone call or visit from local law enforcement, like what I was doing over there.
Val, they can come arrest me. They can put me in jail. I can probably do a better job in jail than what I'm able to do out here on the outside right now. Because I'm not worried about my life here. This is short. This is just a wisp of smoke, this life. I mean, these days and months and years have been zipping by so fast. I realized how fast this life is. And maybe I've got 10 or 15 years left. But when I go, I just want my life here to be worth it and to affect other people in a positive way. With us, this whole social distancing and telling me I can't be around people right now is keeping me from doing the job that I'm supposed to be doing. So, okay, send me to jail. At least there, yeah, I might have some bad times there, but I can be able to affect people's lives a lot better than I'm able to now.
And what you say is absolutely true, Daniel, about it being a moral issue. It goes back to the Judeo-Christian values that our country was founded on. Most of the Constitution, particularly the Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments to the Constitution, are all biblically based writings, and these people, these liberals, have obviously come to the conclusion that they cannot have their way as long as people think and believe what God says. Well, I'll go with what God says over what they say every day.
Yeah, vote with your feet, vote with your wallet. Stop watching freaking news. Stop watching goddamn NFL, NBA, whatever the hell, all these motherfuckers. And you know what? Maybe they won't hurt them right away, but next year you're gonna see, all of a sudden you got no money coming in. You still gotta pay this clowns millions of dollars. Yeah, it's just I never understood that the guy chasing the puck or chasing the freaking basketball gets all these hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars when soldier in Iraq gets freaking pennies on the dollar.
And your teachers get paid chicken scratch.
Yeah, and your teachers are the ones who raising the future generation. Well, you know what? I'm gonna say something. New York's different. Teachers make good money in New York. Even especially closer to city, they make good money. Even in the county where I am, which is, they still make decent money. So, and they have unions and tenure and all that. I'm not gonna get into that. I mean, yes, but it's not every state. You're absolutely right.
As long as they're not the ones that's indoctrinating your kids into that liberal BS.
Well, the teachers and schools should be 100% on political. There shouldn't be any fucking discussion about politics in school.
Absolutely.
They're supposed to teach my kids how to fucking read, how to write, how to do math, teach them history, teach them world history, not just the fucking US and China. Teach them world history so they know what the fuck happened in the goddamn world in the past 2,000 years.
And actually get proper history books, not the ones they say you have to use. Get proper history books, because a lot of the ones they try to put in front of you, they're erasing bits and pieces here and there, and the teachers are manipulating and making it what they want it to be versus what it's supposed to be.
They are.
And we need, and like Kingpin says, they're posing the kids with the evil lessons. Yeah, because politicians are writing the fucking books for the kids, not the people that have actual education. They know what the fuck they're doing. You got all these different. You got the Common Core. Jesus fucking Christ! We were doing math for X amount of years. All of a sudden, we got to do it differently because the way we did it wasn't complicated enough. So we gotta make a subtraction and additions. Let's just make it more complicated.
All right, we're almost to that time. We're gonna start walking our way through the room and final thoughts and pieces and parts and whatever else you guys got to say. So we'll start with Val.
Thanks for having me. Sorry I got all riled up. It's just I get like that sometimes. The Mario was giving me a hard time because I talk too much, but I had too much to say. So thanks for having me. Good chat.
Awesome. Always good to have you, brother. Appreciate you being here. Daniel.
I don't know what else I could say except, hey, thanks for once again putting up with me. And guys in the side chat, sorry I haven't been able to answer any of your comments because I can't see them because I'm on this stupid phone. But I'm out here living life. I'm taking care of my family. I'm expanding and getting it's beyond preps. It's going into more basic homesteading to where I can keep having food and providing my own food, because I think we're going to be in for some hard times. If you have 6 months of food, after it comes 6 months and one day, you're out of food unless you know how to do it. And you got to be able to protect the food that you grow and network out there. Get to know people and start working with them and help them out, because they're going to turn around and help you out. I've put that into practice hard over a year and a half now. And it works. Trust me. But it takes time to build trust. Okay? And trust goes both ways. It's got to be earned. Wow.
Yep. Absolutely, 100%. Jamie.
All right. Usually at this spot's when I tell y'all about our live stream. You guys that know about it's going to be there. If you're not, you're not. Let me tell you something. Annalee Brown is absolutely correct. A lot of these teachers don't have control over what they teach your kids. It's your responsibility as parents to keep a close eye on the curriculum that they're teaching your kids and indoctrinate them into liberal BS. So keep a close check on what your kids are learning, and if it has to be so, get them out of government school and teach your kids yourself. Please. Oh, and thanks for having me.
Always good to have you, brother. Appreciate you showing up. Guys, it's been an awesome chat. We did get a little riled up here and there, but we have to. Right now, I think that is a huge thing. More and more people have to get riled up. They got to start speaking out. Too many people are sitting back and are happy to go with whatever is being told to them. And I, for one, I'm not one of them. So open up, speak up, stand up, and fight for your rights. I'm fighting not just for me. I'm fighting for my nephews, and yeah, they're back home. But you know what? This isn't just about America. This is about the entire world. This is more than just America. This is a huge deal that's going on right now. So the fight's not just here. The fight's everywhere. With that being said, I'm going to throw it over to Alan to take us out.
Oh man, all these epic comments, and I'd have nothing at all to follow up with. Not in the slightest. If they're trying to come after your body armor, you know why. If they're trying to come after any of your rights, you should know why by now. I don't think now is the time to start playing nice. We've been playing nice. But I'm not saying now is the time to start popping shots. No, YouTube, I am not saying that. All I'm saying is it's coming to a time where you're going to have to watch out for you and your own and your family, your friends, your family. Those are the ones you're going to have to rely on. It's just getting absolutely insane. To quote Red October, keep your double barrels loaded and your throwing knives at the ready. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great night.